Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Michael Pina Senior Show. Here, October 8th, 2019. This is a show that helps you live on less than you make, live debt-free, so later you can live and give like nobody else. Well, I thank everybody for, I know I don't have a huge following, but I know I do have a following. And I thank you all for being patient, and I'm so glad to be back on air after being off air during a very difficult move. And we'll get more into that as I talk about different things on the show. So maybe I can help you, kind of navigate through financially if you're going through a move. But listen, we're back. I'm up here in New Hampshire. It's, like I just said, it's October 8th. And I think the last time I was on air was sometime in August. And that's when I was moving. And I'm so happy to be back on air. And, I need your help to have this show run the way that I want it to run. You've got questions, financial questions, ask me. I want to be able to help you, and the things that you're asking me to help you will probably help somebody else at the same time. Listen, I try to get a board back here to try to help us out, but it really, I don't think it's coming in too good or whatever, but I'm hoping to change up the show. I'm in a different location. I'm in a different studio. I'm hoping things get better. So, first thing right off the bat, you know what we got to talk about? We got to talk about your budget. And listen, if you haven't done a budget yet, you can't do anything financially that I talk about. I'm just going to be straight up with you. All right. I was talking to some young guys this weekend, and, they're talking to me about money, but they don't understand how to put together a budget. You have to work on a budget. It has to become part of your entire life. It's not just something you do 1 month and not the next. It's something you have to do. And, one of the things I got away from doing during this whole crazy move that I went through was really working with my accountability partner, who's my wife. My wife, Meg, her and I, we weren't like setting the budget together, and things kind of fell off a little bit. And you got to work with your partner. You don't have a partner, you don't have somebody to do it with, find somebody. I could be that accountability partner for you. So get in touch with me. I'd love to help you. One of the things that, I'm going to just, I really wanted to get into today and really quick, and I want you to really pay attention to this, especially when you're talking about debt, and we're talking about debt all the time on this show, is student loan debt. I don't know, it just makes my stomach hurt when I hear people talk about that student loan debt. And it's something that us as a country and as a society that we got to do something about. It's like if Congress really wants to do something, I always say that they'll stop issuing student loans to these 18-year-old kids that are going to college. And us as parents, I feel horrible. This is my whole philosophy as Dave Ramsey, all right? And really, I've only completely got on the Dave Ramsey philosophy over the last 2 years. So my son, Michael, he's going to have student loan debt because I really didn't understand what student loan debt was, even myself. I thought that's how we get kids through college. He'll end up with about $20,000 of student loan debt. The national average is $45,000 per student. It's ridiculous. So he's under the national average, and I'm going to help him kick that out of his life. My daughter, the same thing. She has some student loan debt, and we're working on it. And that's the only debt they're going to have. She's got like $10,000, $15,000 left. You got to knock it out. We got to knock it out. We can't let our kids go into school with student loan debt. And listen, it may sound difficult to do, and it is difficult to do. I'm not going to lie. These universities are 58, 60,000. I think Dartmouth now is 70,000 a year. It's ridiculous. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is called Borrowed Future. Dave Ramsey Show putting it together, called Borrowed Future. You want to talk about something that we all need to listen to and really understand about the student loan debt. Get on the podcast, Borrowed Future. Please listen to it. Get educated. It's an hour. Listen, that hour of education can save you millions in the future. Because what's happening, and it's so sad listening to this show, Borrowed Future, kids are getting these student loans, And all of a sudden they're coming out, they're not realizing they have to pay it, all right? And they don't realize how much they have to pay, not just the minimum, because there's interest. Anywhere from 6.5 to 8.5, percent interest. They don't understand that, all right? We'll get into that in the show later. But you got to understand these kids coming out, they got $60,000 of student loan debt. Next thing you know, that $60,000 turns into $180 because they didn't pay and the interest keeps on accumulating. We talk about it, good money and good stuff on the other side about mutual funds. And, most good growth mutual funds. My mutual funds right now are up to 20% this year, which means I'm getting 20% on my money. All right. I'm not paying out 20%. I'm not paying out 8.5%. And that's what's happening on the student loan on the other side in a negative way, is that these kids are getting so far into debt, they can't buy houses, they can't buy anything. And I don't want you going into debt for anything. All right. And the student loan crisis, which I don't know if you can see, it's up to 1.6 trillion in this country. Let's do something about it. Let's do something about the student loan debt. Let's get educated. Please listen to Borrowed Future and we'll talk about it. If you have problems or if you're thinking about, how am I going to pay for college for my student, I can help you. I can walk you through this. That's what you might need. You might need a professional. If you don't trust me, you don't want me, that's okay. Talk to somebody, all right? Because this is a crisis. And I don't want you to think that that's okay and that's the norm. That is what normal is now, is going into debt. I don't want you going to debt. I want you to be part of this financial future of freedom, financial freedom. And if you're in debt, you don't got it. You're in cuffs, all right? So listen. You know what I say. And I thank everybody for listening and coming back. And I hope that you can leave some comments. Subscribe to this show. Follow me on Facebook at Pina Financial Coaching. I'm going to start doing some live things. If you got a business out there, you want me to promote it, QB Velocity is my business with my son. Send me a t-shirt. I'll wear it on my show. Let me interview you. That's how this show is going to run better. If I got people to interview, I got people to talk to. You got something you want to promote, let me know. I'll come out and I'll talk to you. But you know what I say till next time? I want to win. I want to help you win. Let's win together.